So what else we've got for you on offbeat investments that we've got for you today. State governments now want to buy your life insurance policy before you die to cover your Medicare costs. We'll talk to a man who is in that line of business, but he competes with the government. How's this for an offbeat investment? You sell your life insurance policy before you die. You cash out, basically, before you die. Well, some states are getting in on the act. They're doing it too. Here is, we cue the organ music. Here's Scott Page, a frequent guest on this program. He is the CEO of Lifeline, which does this kind of thing in the private world. That is correct. Let me just tell the audience what you do and make sure I've got it right. Somebody comes to you, they've got a life insurance policy, you buy the policy and you give the person cash. You don't give them much, but you allow them to cash out early. That's what you do, right?
That's exactly correct. We give them an option, which is in lieu of surrendering and canceling the policy and getting in zero. And most times it's 8 to 10 times more than what the insurance company would give them if they simply surrendered it with the insurance company.
You still pay them only what? Usually about 20 cents on the dollar. So if I get $1 million when I die, you'll maybe give me $200,000 up front. Is that it?
Well, it's a little more complicated than that. We take into account how much premiums it costs to keep the policy in force, and then we also look at how long the individual is projected to live. So the average range could go anywhere from 12% all the way up to 60%. Okay. And now with this new law that's happening in Texas, it's certainly given us some advantages to help consumers be more aware of the specific option.
Now, some states are saying, okay, we will buy your life insurance policy before you die, and instead of giving you cash, we will give you Medicare or home treatment or hospitalization, or we'll give you old person's home, something like that. Payment in kind for your old age. That's a competition for you.
No, actually, what happens is the state now has passed law, specifically in Texas, that allows Medicaid applicants to sell their life insurance policy and the proceeds be delivered or to be deposited into a long-term care account. What that does is it allows that individual to select private pay, which means their quality of care is going to be better, and they spend this money down prior to going on to Medicaid. It's estimated by the Government Accountability Office that 1 in 4 people applying for Medicaid have a life insurance policy. Currently, you have to surrender that life insurance policy to be eligible for Medicaid. What this allows the individuals to do is to sell that policy, take the proceeds, pay for its long-term care, and it delays the entry into Medicaid. So it's saving the state's money. In Texas alone, 1 in 4 individuals applying for Medicaid have a life insurance policy.
But they're competing with you.
That only...
This is competition for you, surely.
No. We're actually purchasing the policy. The states are now endorsing the transaction because if an individual sells their policy to us, they take the proceeds, pay for private care, it delays them entering into Medicaid. It's going to save the state of Texas over $20 million in the first year because individuals who would originally be taking state funds to pay for their health care are now going to be able to take the proceeds from a life settlement and pay for their health care. So it's really delaying the entry into Medicaid.
So you still take your piece. You are still betting on death.
We are still betting on death and we are still purchasing the policy, but finally the private sector and the government are working together, and it's all about awareness. This new law mandates Medicaid applicants to be advised that instead of surrendering their life insurance policy and getting zero, where the only one that wins in that scenario is the life insurance companies, to actually sell it into the life settlement market and get proceeds that they need to live their life with quality and make the health care decisions they need. Because let's face it, with Obamacare, which I am not a fan of any longer. I've been converted. I am no longer a fan of Obamacare.
Hey, I've got 20 seconds left, and you hit me with the lead for the entire segment. Okay, you got 15 seconds. You tell me why you're no longer a fan of Obamacare.
Because I own a business. In the past 2 years, my health care has skyrocketed 40% for health care costs. And I'm looking at what's happening with this specific rule with Medicaid. They're being jammed into accepting little bits amounts of money for their services, and it's affecting the care of individuals in this country. Life settlements are one option, and thank God the state of Texas is the first to get on this movement. There are 7 other states behind it, and you've heard it first here on Varney and Company. Life settlements are going to become part of a retirement option for everybody.
All right. Hey, Scott Page, thank you very much indeed. You saved the best till last. We like that. Thanks very much, Scott. Good stuff. By the way,